Recording in progress.
Now, Ohm's law in a vector form. Now, first of all, we understand what is the meaning of Ohm's law. As you know, that Ohm's law is equal V is equal to IR. That is the scalar notation of Ohm's law. But as we see his law in a vector form also, we have some get new notations. See how. First of all, do understand the definition of current. What is the definition of current? In that definition of current, we see that suppose this is the conductor. In this conductor, any cross section area, the current flow from it, any cross section area, the current flow, and that current flow by the meaning of charge, the charge flow from any cross section area, the charge flow from any cross section area from this conductor means rate of flow of charge from any cross section area is named as a current. In this case, one can understand we deal with a cross section area, but we do not write down that area into the equation of current. But if we add that area into the equation of current, we obtain the new physical quantity, and that new physical quantity is named as current density. So the new physical quantity is current density. So current density. Current density is a new physical quantity. It is represented by J. So how it is deals with that? In a conductor, a current passing from any cross section area perpendicular to cross section, current passing from any cross section area perpendicular to it, perpendicular to that cross section area, to that cross section area. Current passing from any cross section area, and that cross section area is how much? It is perpendicular to that cross section area. This ratio is known as current density. So current density J is equal to current passing per unit cross section area perpendicular to that conductor, perpendicular to that cross section area, per unit area, but perpendicular to that cross section area. So J is equal to I upon A. Now move further. As you know that current passing perpendicular to any cross section area, this ratio is named as current density J. Now suppose we draw a conductor over here, and this conductor's length is L. And if we connect the battery over here, so battery is E is the potential difference. E is the battery. Understand? E is a battery. Not to take it as a electric field. Electric field is inside here. So as you know, okay, we deal with a not a E replaced by V. V is the potential difference. As I write down potential difference, so we can understand properly. That is the potential difference. And electric field, as you see, from positive to negative side, and motion of electron is from negative to positive side. Motion of electron is from this direction, and there is the cross section. That is the cross section. This is the way to understand the diagram. So current passing through any perpendicular cross section area, current from any perpendicular cross section area is named as current density J. Perpendicular, what to understand, it is a perpendicular. Suppose there is a length L. And if we apply the potential difference, so what happened? Potential difference. So there is a relation between these two physical quantity. If L length conductor, if L length conductor having applied potential difference is V. Due to that electric field is established electric field is established between these 2 point is E. Means you see that electric field is established between these 2 point and this potential difference is over here. So relation between these two is equal to V is equal to E into L. V is equal to E into L. This is the equation number 1. This is the equation number 2. Now further, as you know that V is equal to E into L. You see this is electric field and there is a length L. This is electric field and that is length L. Now, as you move forward, that V is equal to I into R, but resistor R equation of this resistor R is equal to L upon A, and value is named as resistance. R is the resistor. It is an equipment, suppose is a resistor, and the value of that is named as resistance. Okay, put this R over here. It is the value equation of resistor. V is equal to I rho L upon A. Therefore, V upon L, I rho upon A, V upon L. L is in denominator side. So see that L if denominator side, so electric field is there. So therefore, E is equal to I rho upon A, because from equation number 2, you see that from equation number 2 is this. Okay, V upon E, V upon L is equal to E. Now move forward. From equation number 1, so E is equal to J into rho. You see from equation number 1, because I upon A is equal to J. I upon A is equal to J. So E is equal to J into rho. That is the one of this equation that we want. Here, electric field E is a vector quantity, and this J is also vector quantity. Both have same direction. What to understand? Both have same direction. E and J both have same direction. Get it? Both have same direction. Such that vector E is equal to rho vector J. Vector E is equal to rho vector J. What to understand? Now, but as you know that rho is equal to 1 upon sigma, rho is equal to 1 upon sigma, so that vector E is equal to J divided by sigma. Therefore, vector J is equal to, that is vector J is equal to vector E into sigma. So this is the relation between J and E and sigma. Here as we know that this rho is the resistivity and sigma is the conductivity. And rho is the resistivity. So that is the equation of the main part, and this is the vector form of vector form of Ohm's law. That is vector forms of Ohm's law. So see guys, once again, this is the answer that part, quite important. You see, first of all, what we understand, that is an Ohm's law. Deal with the Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. Convert this V is equal to IR in vector notation. See how. So first of all, current density J. What do you mean by current density J? It is the ratio of current I and that current passing perpendicular to the any cross section area. Word to understand, perpendicular. Word to understand, perpendicular. That perpendicular, that current is always passing perpendicular to that cross section area, and that ratio is named as current density J. That is the ratio is named as current density J. Word to understand, that is the ratio. Move further. If we understand that current density J properly, then move further. Then if we apply the potential difference between two ends of a conductor, between two ends of a conductor, then what happens? If you apply the current from the two ends of the conductor, you see that is the positive and that is the negative part. That is the positive terminal of the battery, there's a negative terminal of the battery. Due to, with the help of this potential difference, electric field established in this conductor. Electric field is established in this conductor. You see properly that electric field is established. With the help of this electric field, electron is moving from right to left, opposite to electric field, opposite to electric field. So there is a relation between V, E and L. L is the length. L is the length. So that is the equation V is equal to E into L. This equation we deal in the chapter number 2. Move further. So as we know that V is equal to IR, but R is equal to rho L upon A. R is equal to rho L upon A. You said V is equal to I, rho L upon A. So V upon L is equal to I, rho upon A. So take this L denominator side, and V upon L is equal to electric field. So electric field E is equal to I, rho upon A. I, rho upon A. Now E is equal to J into rho. J into rho, how it is? Because I upon A is equal to J. And rho is the resistivity, J is the current density, and E is the electric field. There is a relation between them. Now you know that J current density is a vector physical quantity and electric field is also vector physical quantity. There is a related between them. The relation is same direction. Electric field direction and J direction is same. So same direction. So there is a vector notation. But we know that rho is equal to 1 upon sigma. Rho is equal to 1 upon sigma. So denominator side sigma moves to numerator. So J is equal to sigma into E. That is the main equation, sigma into E. So this is the equation that we want. That is a vector notation between current density and electric field, vector notation between them, and that is the conductivity constant. That is the conductivity. Good. Okay, move further. So this is the Ohm's law in a vector notation. Then further we deal with the, as you know that current density properly, we understand the new proper topic is mobility. Sorry, not a mobility type. First of all, to understand this current density once again and identify the picture of these. Identify the picture of conductivity or resistivity. Proper meaning. What is the proper meaning of resistor L or conductivity or resistivity? Proper equation. That the new theory is there. So the name of this theory is that there is a relation. Find. Okay. Find relation between conductivity and resistivity. Find the relation between conductivity and resistivity. Between conductivity sigma and resistivity rho. Find the relation between conductivity sigma and resistivity rho. As you know that rho is equal to 1 upon sigma, but that is the macroscopic. Now we deal this equation in a microscopic point of view. Microscopic, what to understand? Microscopic. So how it is look like? How it is look like? Now it is a microscopic. What is that microscopic view? Step by step procedure, it is too much interesting. It is too much interesting. And in this case, we take the help of drift velocity and current density. Drift velocity Vd and current density J. We take the help of these two equations. As you know properly, that current density J, over here write down that current density J is equal to I upon A, that current density J is equal to E into sigma, E or E divided by sigma. You see that J is equal to E into sigma, J is equal to E into sigma, J is equal to I upon A. Then that is the Vd, drift velocity. As you know, the drift velocity equation is the what we say drift velocity equation as we learned previously. It is a quite interesting equation, drift velocity, that EE, that is the force divided by mass into relaxation time, that is the drift velocity. So we take the help of J and Vd and identify the relation between sigma and rho. So that is the question. Okay, that is the main question is arise over here. Now, how to solve this puzzle? How to solve this puzzle? To draw, first of all, suppose there is a conductor. Suppose there is a conductor. See, this is the conductor. There is a conductor of, say, length L, say length L conductor. See, suppose this is the one of the cross section over here. Okay, fine. As we apply the potential difference, then what happened? Say that is the positive, say that is the negative. So direction of electric field. So direction of electric field, positive to negative side. And we know that in a proper manner that electron is moving opposite to this. Electron is moving opposite to this. You see, electron is moving opposite, but like this way. So motion of an electron opposite to electric field. Good. So first of all, as we know that length, suppose the length of a conductor in physics, every theory starts from suppose. Every theory starts from suppose or consider, and that words are there. And at last, we accept everything. And that is the reality of physics. Start some assumptions, and at last we accept everything. So that is the reality of physics. Okay, suppose there is a length L of a conductor. There is a length L of a conductor. L is the length of a conductor. Now, by apply or application of potential difference between two ends of a conductor, electric field is established between them. Electric field is established between them. There is electric field established between them. Good. Electric field established between them. Now, this charge particle. Now, this charge particle, you see, moving electron, charge particle, nothing but electron. Huh? Charge particle is nothing but electron. This electron moving from left to right, left to right. Huh? This electron is moving from left to right. You see, this electron moving from left to right. You see proper left to right. Cover a distance, cover a distance L in time delta t, in time delta t with some drift velocity, with some drift some drift velocity, and that drift velocity is named as Vd. Drift velocity is Vd within this time interval and cover distance L. So you know that velocity is equal to distance divided by time. Therefore, Vd is equal to drift velocity length L and in time delta t. So length is equal to Vd delta t is the time. Equation number 1 is that is a length. Value of length Vd delta t. Vd is the drift velocity. Now, as you know that this is the area cross section area is A. So the volume of a conductor, if A is any cross section area is perpendicular to current, is perpendicular to current, area is perpendicular to current. What to understand? A is the any cross section area which is perpendicular to the current. You see perpendicular to the current over here. Current is moving, but these are cross section area which is always perpendicular to the current from positive to negative side. Okay, so the volume of a conductor. So volume of a conductor, V is equal to A into L. V is equal to A into L. So V, that is A Vd into delta T. L is equal to Vd delta T. V is equal to A Vd delta T. That is the volume. Understand, this is the volume. Equation number 2. Now, number of charged particle per unit volume is the number density. Means from definition of number density, that's definition of number density, small n is equal to number per unit volume. As you know that there is a density, number density. If there is a mass density, then mass divided by volume. If there is the energy density, then there is the energy divided by volume. If there is a charge density, then charge divided by volume, and many more equations are there. So similar over here, number density, number per unit volume gives you the number density. What to understand? This is the number density, as the previous many more definitions based on this. Okay, so therefore small n is equal to capital N divided by this is the volume A Vd delta T. A Vd delta T is there, and therefore capital N is equal to small n A Vd delta T. That is the equation number 3. That is the capital N value is nothing but a number of electron. This capital N is number of charge particles. Is the number of charge particles. What to understand? Number of charge particle, nothing but electron. Number of charge particle is nothing but an electron. You see properly, and is the number of electron, nothing but charge particle. Good to see. Now, from quantization principle, from quantization principle, or law of quantization, you know that Q is equal to N into E. As you know that Q is equal to N into E, that is the quantization principle. So our primary goal is to identify the current, and with the help of current, connect it with the current density J, and rest of all things are on there. So that's why we understand the Q. For Q, identify the number N. For n, there is a number density definition. For number density definition, identify the volume. For identify the volume, understand the length. So if you understand the reverse gear, you understand the forward gear properly. So now Q is equal to capital N, that is the value of capital N. So it is En. Capital N value is this, En A Vd delta T from equation number 3. From equation number 3, see, from equation number 3, from equation number 3, you understand N, the value of this N. Q is equal to NEAVD divided by delta T. So you see, that is the Q. Okay, fine, very good. Now you see, there is a charge because I want to identify the current. You see, this is the delta T time. If this is the delta T, properly understand, this is the delta T time. Okay, so within this delta T time interval, current from any cross section area, current from any cross section area, current from any cross section area. You see, current from any cross section area. What to understand, is a cross section area. So I in time delta T, in time delta T is I is equal to Q divided by delta T. So Q is equal to I delta T. Within this time delta T, there is a delta Q amount of charge is there. But we understand properly that is a Q. Means delta T time interval, Q is there. This Q stands for nothing but delta Q, small amount of charge particle passing through this time interval from any cross section area. That is the key point to understand. So therefore, Q is equal to, sorry, that is the value of Q. And you see, Q divided by delta T. Q divided by delta T is equal to I. So put it over here. You see, delta T is the downward direction. So the E, so N E A V D is the equation. So if delta T is denominator side, if delta T is the denominator side, delta T. So N E A V D is that. So I is equal to N E A V D. That is another very useful equation in the numeric. And numeric as well as in an MCQ point of view also. That is I is equal to NEAVD. This equation is useful in MCQ point of view and also numeric point of view. Now further, as you know that equation of VD is the drift velocity here. You see, that is equation of VD and there is a current density J. So use this equation VD EE tau upon M, because VD is the drift velocity, so you write down. But we know what we know, that VD is equal to E tau upon M. Here E and Q both are same, small q and E both are values same, no more problem between them. So therefore, as previously we write down this equation of what? Yes, I. Therefore I is equal to N E A V D. Put this value of VD over here. So I is equal to N E A V D is equal to E tau upon M. So I is equal to N E square tau upon M into E into A. What to understand? There is N, that is E square. N E square tau upon M. A and E are separate. Therefore, what to understand, I divided by A is equal to current density J. So N E square tau upon M into E. Here you see, I upon A is equal to J. I upon A is equal to J. I upon A is equal to J. That is the current density J. N square tau upon M into E. You see, what is this? Is the one of the equation as we deal previously. What that equation? As we know J is equal to sigma into E. J is equal to sigma into E. That is the main equation, sigma into E. That is the relation between current density and electric fields. J is equal to sigma into E. There's a vector notation. Compare this equation by comparing this equation. What we get? What we get? Sigma is equal to N square tau upon M. You see, sigma N square tau upon M, N square tau upon M. You see here. So that is the main picture. That is the main picture that we want. You see, that is the conductivity of any conductor. And that is the microscopic point of view. See, that is too much microscopic point of view. You does not deal it ever before. But now in this chapter, we go deep dive into this type of theories. It is so, therefore, it is too much interesting point of view. Too much interesting point of view. So sigma is equal to N square tau upon M. You see, is known as current, is known as conductivity. Sigma is the conductivity. That conductivity is depend upon, that is the number density, electron, relaxation time, and mass of that electron. You see, charge to mass ratio is also over here. Charge to mass ratio, E by M. It is a square. It's another point of view, but E upon M is there. So you see, E constant, N constant, and M constant. So the new way, sigma proportional to tau. Sigma proportional to tau. What does it means? What does it means? So it has some particular meaning. It have some particular meaning. Okay, before that you understand this meaning. Okay, no problem to understand. Okay, you see that relaxation time is directly proportional to the conductivity. Means relaxation time is directly proportional to conductivity. Relaxation time is directly proportional to conductivity. Relaxation time tau is directly proportional to conductivity constant. It means tau increases, sigma increases, tau decreases, sigma decreases. What does its physical meaning? What is, in which condition tau increase, in which condition tau decrease? Before that, to understand what do you mean by tau? Here tau is equal to relaxation time. What do you mean by relaxation time? The time in between two successive collision. What to understand? This is the time between two successive collision is named as relaxation time. It is time between two successive collision is named as relaxation time. Time between two successive collision is named as relaxation time. So that is a relaxation time. It means that if temperature is increase, if temperature is increased, if you understand temperature is increased, then properly, then tau decrease. How we can understand temperature increase and tau decrease? How one can understand that temperature increase and tau decrease means what? This collision is too much rapidly, such that time of relaxation decreases. Fast moving means, understand, means collision as increased temperature, as increased temperature. What to understand? As increased temperature. What to understand? That motion of charge particle increase, motion of charge particle increase such that successive collision time decrease, such that successive collision time decrease. So by this way we can understand tau. As temperature increases, it motion increases, so motion become fast, increases the motion. So what, it is fastly collide. If it is fastly collide, so relaxation time decreases. If relaxation time decreases such that conductivity increases, relaxation time decreases, so conductivity decreases. What to understand? Relaxation time decreases, conductivity decreases, and relaxation time increases, conductivity increases. So understand properly, relaxation time and vice versa, what to understand? If this decrease, sigma is also decrease, relaxation time increase. So relaxation time increase means what? Relaxation time increase means what? Meaning of that relaxation time means that motion of that particular charge particle move very slowly. Motion of that charge particle is very slowly, such that the collision time too much increases. Collision time increases. As the collision time increases, conductivity constant, that conductivity is increases. Conductivity increases, so that is the reality. That is the reality. Means here kinetic energy decrease. Kinetic energy decrease in proper way. T increase, kinetic energy increase. T decrease, sorry, tau decrease, kinetic energy decrease. So that is the key to understand. That is the key to understand. Kinetic energy increase, kinetic energy decrease. Kinetic energy increase, tau is increase. So that is the sigma proportional to tau. Sigma proportional to tau. And further you understand that rho is proportional to 1 upon sigma. Rho is proportional to 1 upon sigma. As you know, sigma decrease, rho increase. Sigma decrease, rho increase, sigma decrease. Conductivity decreases, resistivity increases. That is the proper meaning. As conductivity decreases, so resistivity increases. In your mind properly match. As you see, conductivity decreases means low amount of current passing from any cross section area. The amount of passing any cross section area is too much low. So therefore resistivity increases. Resistivity means resistance occur in the path, in the motion of a charged particle. Resistance occur in the path, in the motion of a charged particle. That's why that charged particles move very slowly. Means resistivity increase. Resistivity increase means conductivity decrease. Conductivity decrease means relaxation time decrease. Conductivity decrease means relaxation time is decreased. So that is the reality here. That is the reality over here. Clear? So this is the microscopic point of view of sigma. And as you see, sigma means conductivity. Therefore, rho is equal to n e squared tau upon m. That is the inverse of conductivity. That is inverse of conductivity. You see. So this is the microscopic point of view. And you see, if this equation we put in the value of R is equal to rho L upon A, you see this equation is directly proportional to the resistor. So this is the microscopic point of view, nothing but a resistor R. Microscopic point of view, nothing but resistor R with the help of resistivity constant. With the help of resistivity constant. And in that case, Resistivity is also depend upon the temperature. Here is we does not include the temperature, but it is directly proportional to the temperature. Mind well, mind well. As you see how this chain is there. In previous case, we understand that the current passing from any cross section area or say charge particle, rate of flow of charge from any cross section is nothing but a current. But if you include the cross section in the value of current, so current I upon A, nothing but current density J. Similarly, over here, the value of resistor, equation of resistor is mainly depend upon L and A, but in that definition, that under certain condition in the Ohm's law, if you might hear the word of Ohm's law, that under certain condition, the potential difference between two ends of a conductor is directly proportional to the current passing from that area, current passing from that conductor. So V proportional to I. This is under certain condition. This under certain condition, it may be the temperature, maybe the pressure, maybe the electric field, maybe the magnetic field, maybe the gravitational field, and whatsoever the case over there. So that is the condition over here. So this resistor is directly proportional to the temperature. Still, we does not include over here the temperature, but it is directly proportional to the temperature. Okay, so this is the first microscope point of view of current, microscopic, and second, that is a microscopic point of view of resistor. Too much interesting fact. This equation we do not hear ever before. This equation we do not ever hear before. Okay, move further. As you see, with the help of this resistivity and conductivity, we deal how fast and how slow this charge particle is moving under electric field, which gives you the new physical quantity is mobility. The new word mobility. What to understand? Mobility, what is that? Under the external electric field, the charge particle is moving fastly or slowly, collide one particle another particle. That is given by the mobility. So the new theory is mobility. Describe mobility. Describe mobility. How one can understand mobility? Nothing but mobile electricity. Electron is work like a mobile because it is moving freely from one place to another place. As you know, our handset named as a mobile. Why it is named as a mobile? The meaning of mobile is to carry this phone, carry this cell phone, carry this instrument from one place to another place very easily. That's why it is named as a mobile. So similarly over here, describe mobility. Okay, how you understand the mobility? So for the mobility, different object have different mobile electricity. Means what? In a conductor, in a conductor, what to understand? In a conductor, electron is conductor. Electron is a conductor. Means in a conductor, electron is moving freely. It is a work like a conductor. So electricity takes place with the help of electron. Electron is a conductor. Work like a conductor. Okay, work like a conductor. Electron is a work like a conductor. While in second case, in electrolyte, who carries this electricity? In an electrolyte, who carries this electricity? Nothing but positive ion and negative ions. Positive ions and negative ions, these carry electricity. Electrolyte. In electrolyte, positive ion and negative ion carry electricity, while in semiconductor, in semiconductor. What to understand? In semiconductor, there are electron and hole. Electron and hole. Electron and hole in semiconductor. Electrons and holes carry electricity. So these are the what we say or what we say mobile electricity or say conductivity. By this way, we can understand the conductivity takes place. The conductivity is conductivity carrier. Conductivity carriers. With the help of this conductivity carriers, where electron is the conductivity carrier, here ion, positive and negative ion is conductivity carrier, here is electron and hole is the conductivity carriers. With the help of that, conductivity takes place. With the help of that, conductivity takes place. Move further. If with the help of conductivity takes place, so there is a definition. So definition of mobility is that what is that? It is the ratio of drift velocity and electric field. It is the drift velocity and electric field. Means in another word, okay, no problem, is ratio of drift velocity VD and electric field E. It is the drift velocity VD and electric field ratio, or another word, and we can understand another word. What we say under, what we say, no problem. It is the what we say electric field. What we say drift velocity per electric field, per unit electric field is named as mobility. Drift velocity. Mobility is the what we say drift velocity per electric field, per unit electric field is named as drift velocity. Here is the definition of mobility. Per unit what we say electric field, how much charge particle is drifted, that ratio is named as mobility, is named as mobility. What to understand? This mobility mu is equal to VD divided by E. VD divided by E. As you know that electric field is a vector quantity, VD is also vector quantity, but we know that no more physical quantity. If it is a vector, it does not come into denominator side. So for that case, we take this both physical quantity in a magnitude mode, because it is the reason that vector physical quantity does not come arise in the denominator side. Okay, so this is the equation part here, but we know that VD is equal to E tau upon M. VD is equal to E tau upon N. Put it over here. So mu is equal to E tau upon M into E. So E cancel. So E tau upon M. E tau upon M. That is the another what we say another view of mobility. Another view of mobility. First view of mobility is equal to VD divided by E. Second view of mobility is equal to E tau upon M. And tau is nothing but relaxation time. As you know, tau is nothing but relaxation time. Tau is nothing but relaxation time. The what is say time between two successive collision. The time between two successive collision. Another word, time between two successive collision. Between two successive collision. Time between two successive collision is named as relaxation time. These named as relaxation time. And you see there is a, what we say, dimensional formula is over here. Dimensional formula M L T A, M -1, L 0, T 2, and A 1. That is the dimensional formula of mobility. Is dimensional formula of, what we say, mobility. Dimensional formula of mobility. So this is the way we understand the dimensional formula of mobility. Great. And if you go deep down into this mobility word, you see one thing clearly. What we see clearly? That is the C. What to say? I is equal to N E A V D. That is the equation of current. So I is equal to N E A V D. V D is nothing but E tau upon M. E tau upon M. Got to understand? E tau upon M. Great. Further, as you know that, or we can understand, because I want to put this mu into this theory. Understand? So, okay, I put it another way. I is equal to NEA, value of VD. Okay, from this equation, value of VD is equal to mu into E. By this way, you can adjust the mu over here. Right? So that is the one equation of mu. Because this is VD is equal to mu into E. Another, I upon A is equal to J. So N E mu E, that is another equation. I E mu E in terms of current density J, in terms of current A, current I, sorry. So this is a variety of way we can understand the words. Here is a variety of way. Further, you can understand this equation some different point of view also. Different means what? You see, I is equal to, okay, no more problem, is equal to mu. This is the other way. Mu is equal to I divided by N E A E. N E A E. N E A E. By this way, mu value is this over here. Mu, it is directly also J is equal to N E E. Okay. What to say? So dimension is remain same, no change. Dimension remain same, no more change. Clear. Also, one can carry this equation in terms of sigma, in terms of rho. Carry this equation. It is a different way because E. Okay, you see how we can carry this. Current density J is equal to E into sigma. E into sigma, current density J, J E into sigma. Now you see, you put this value of E from here. Here you see what? J is equal to E. E is equal to VD by mu into sigma. VD by mu into sigma. So mu is equal to VD by J into sigma. By this way you can understand also. VD by J. VD by J. So these are the variety of equations are there. See VD. What we say, where is this? This is VD by J. Where is the VD? This is VD. You can see from this equation, I divide by A. I divide by A. N E A V D. Clear? So you see J is equal to, J is equal to VD. So you see VD by J. VD by J is equal to NE. VD by J is equal to NE. So put it over here. Mu is equal to N E sigma. That is another equation. Mu is equal to n e sigma. Mu is equal to n e sigma. This is, so there's a relation between mu and sigma. There is a relation between mu and j. There is a relation between mu and I. So there is a variety of equations out there. But unit is same. Unit is same. No more change. So what is the unit? Unit is equal to meter square. That is, what's this? Mho. It is inverse of what to say, ohm, and that is a coulomb divided by C. Mho into coulomb. So that is our another way. Another it is that ampere meter square volt into coulomb. Ampere meter square volt into coulomb. So put it anywhere, put it over here, here, anywhere equation you obtain this relation. If you put it anywhere, you obtain the whatsoever the unit is the unit case. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Stop.